What do you want to talk about today, Gray? Oh. Hello? Is it recording? Yes. Okay. I think. Ugh. Pulling out such a long. How do I have hair on my head? I lose so much every day. You can't tell, I'm really feeling the caffeine I just had. Hello, YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about how I lost 20 pounds. Now, this can be different for everyone, but I just wanted to share how I did it and how effective it has been for me. And I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it. I want to start this video off up front with telling you how I did not lose 20 pounds. So I did not lose 20 pounds by drinking weight loss shakes. Nope, those are expensive. I don't think they work. Well, you know, that's just everyone's opinion, but I didn't lose it by not eating. I didn't lose it by cutting carbs. I didn't lose it by only eating salads. I didn't lose it by doing body wraps or drinking skinny teas. I feel like the way I lost weight was a very healthy way and a very natural way. On a side note, I have seen my Facebook blow up with people trying to sell weight loss shakes, and may I just say that there are better ways to spend your money. That's just my advice. I lost 20 pounds, I would say in a span of maybe 4 months, so it wasn't like a rapid overnight change. People started to notice maybe in September of 2016. And so I would say it was, September maybe through like January, I lost the most amount of weight. So I lost that through exercise, by eating healthy. But the biggest thing I want to get across how I lost weight is by flexible dieting. And I don't even want to call it a diet because I feel like there's such a bad stigma with the word diet, because that just sounds like, oh, she doesn't eat anything or she just cuts carbs. Like, no. Flexible dieting has been a life change for me. It has allowed me to lose weight, keep it off, and change my physique. It's just been so, like I said, life changing. I cannot get that across enough. So basically what flexible dieting is rather than counting calories or just counting the amount of food you eat per day, you count the macronutrients in food. So essentially fats, carbs, and proteins that are found in food. That is found on the nutrition label on the back of food. Let me go grab something so I can show you. Okay, you got me on the topic, so let me show you how this works. I basically just brought the first 6 things I saw in my kitchen in here, so they're pretty random. Hopefully it doesn't make you hungry, because it kind of makes me hungry. Anyway, counting macronutrients. Okay, so for example, this is peanut butter. So in 2 tablespoons, which is 1 serving, there's 190 calories. Now, I would like to say, I used to just count calories, okay? And so counting fats, carbs, and proteins has really changed what kinds of foods that I eat or incorporate into my day. Anyway, total fat in 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 16 grams. Carbs are 7 and protein is 8. So just by looking on the back of, hopefully it's focusing on it, looking on the back of nutrition labels, you can find out so much. You can even find out the ingredients. Thankfully this one's just roasted peanuts and sea salt. So that's just an example for peanut butter. This is one of my favorite things right now, but for cookie butter, for example, this is very similar to peanut butter. You can just look on the back, see the fat, carbs, and proteins. For each gram of fat in a food, there's 9 calories. And for carbs and proteins per gram, there's 4. Simple math would be 6 times 9. Oh gosh. Let me get my calculator. I graduated way too long ago. I don't do math. Okay, 6 times 9. 54. Okay, so 54 calories in 1 serving are from fat. Carbs, 8 times 4, 36. So, and then proteins there's less than 1 gram. But anyway, so that really, once you add that up, it'll add up to how many calories are found on in one serving. That was confusing. I hope you're not confused. I'm very sorry if you are. Another example would just be a Clif Bar. In one bar, there's 250 calories. So there are 5 grams of fat, 45 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. But you're like, Cynthia, how do you count things like that don't have nutrition labels? What do you do? Well, I'm glad you asked. So things like bananas or avocados, how do you figure that out? It doesn't have a nutrition label on it. Well, what you could do is pull out your smartphone and go to Google. How many calories are, oh look, in a banana? That's the #1 thing. I think a lot of people wonder that. Okay, so it says 105 calories are in a banana, right? And then if you scroll down, in one serving of a banana, so about 118 grams, there is 0.4 grams of fat, 27 grams of carbs, and 1.3 protein. So simple things like that you can totally just look up on your phone. Let's look up an avocado. Macronutrients in an avocado. There are so many websites that'll just like literally any food that you want to know. Let's say the nutrition label got ripped off of this. Look up classic creamy peanut butter Wild Friends nutrition info and it'll pop up on the internet. It's pretty great. Okay, so for an avocado, so half an avocado, and it'll show you the serving size, that kind of stuff for that. Really, counting macronutrients sounds so intimidating, but if you know how to count calories on things, you're good. You are set. When I started counting macronutrients, I literally had no idea how many grams of fat I was eating per day just with peanut butter. I would literally eat peanut butter out of the jar with a spoon daily. Do you know how much fat I consumed in a day? Anyway, that has changed the game. Counting macronutrients, so for example, on a typical day for me, I will eat about 200 grams of carbs, about 45 to 50 grams of fat, and 150 to 170 grams of protein. What does that equal up to? That will range from about 1,845 calories to about 2,000 calories per day. And that, it really just depends on like what stage I'm in, so it'll just vary. I mean, I've gone up to 300 grams of carbs per day or whatever. Anyway, those are not a magical number though. Those are, for me, they depend on your height, your weight, how active you are, and how old you are. Don't just take, oh, well that's what Cynthia does, so that's what I'm gonna do. No, like you should contact me. I would love to help you out with figuring out like what would the best plan for you be or whatever. But a great tool, like I would not have lost weight if it wasn't for MyFitnessPal. This is an app for free that you can get, and you can literally scan things. Let's say for breakfast I had peanut butter. I don't know why I keep grabbing this peanut butter, but it's just close by. You scan the QR code on the back and it pops up. Like, don't say you don't have time to do this because that is so easy. You don't even have to look at the nutrition. You can just like scan it and it will tell you. I love living in the 21st century. So it comes up 1 serving. So let's say you had 2 servings. You can put, 2 servings. 380 calories, 14 grams of carbs, 32 grams of fat, and 16 grams of protein. And then you just hit the little check mark and it would add it in for you. But I'm gonna delete that because I didn't actually have that. So I've entered what I've eaten so far today. So I had breakfast, lunch, and a snack. So if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a little button that says nutrition. You click on that and it'll tell you how many carbs, fat, and proteins you had. That's pretty cool. Oh, so far today I've had 162 grams of carbs, 23 grams of fat, and 66 grams of protein. And it'll just like show a breakdown for you. You don't have to write down what you eat. This is like a little food journal for you. You can go back between days, scroll through. It even remembers what food you ate, so you can easily re-enter it next time. Let's say you have the banana, and you're like, well, I can't scan anything. You just search banana, and it'll pop up. That is just my advice if you are seriously thinking about counting calories or counting macronutrients, is to get MyFitnessPal. Like I said, it's free on the App Store. I would suggest doing that because it makes it a ton easier. Now that we've talked about macronutrients, I hope I went in depth enough about that. If not, please let me know and I would love to explain further in a different video. How do you lose weight? This is actually kind of scientific and I hate science. Science is just, I don't understand, but I can understand this. So, to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So that means you need to burn more calories than you consume per day. Let's just say I burn 2,300 calories a day and I eat about 2,000 calories per day. I would be in a calorie deficit. I would be losing weight. So I would be losing about 1.5 pounds per week, roughly, if I did that every single day for a week. So let's say I burn 1,800 calories per day and I eat 2,100 calories per day. I would be in a calorie surplus, so I would be eating more than I'm burning. So I would be gaining about 1.5 pounds per week. I hope that makes sense. So let's say I burn 2,000 calories a day and I eat 2,000 calories a day. I will stay the same. It's simple math like that. It's hard sometimes to figure out how many calories you burn per day. Honestly, I have a Fitbit. If you have a Fitbit, that will really help you keep track of like how much you burn. But there are so many resources online, and I'll put a link to a good resource for you to look into if you want to know how many calories you burn per day. Yeah, that will just help you figure out like how much food you should be eating, how many calories, and you can break it down to, oh, how many fats should I be eating, how many carbs, how many proteins. I think what everyone needs to know though is, before I lost weight, I was eating so many carbs and fats. I didn't even like eat much meat. I didn't eat much protein. That is really a huge thing that needs to be stressed. Like, I don't even know how to say it because protein helps you build muscle, helps you repair muscle, and that's so important if you are working out, to help repair your muscle and build more muscle, and it'll help you change your physique. Carbs, so our body only holds about 2,000 grams of carbs per week. I'm not a scientist, that is what I've researched. So if you eat more than 2,000 grams of carbs per week without burning enough off, then it's gonna start storing body fat. So I think that's why a lot of people honestly will say, oh, you wanna lose weight, cut carbs. No, just manage your carbs. Be strict with, okay, I'm not gonna go over 200 grams of carbs today. Limit yourself, know what self-control is, eat meat. There's so many different meats that you can eat that are just so good and high in protein. My favorites right now are turkey bacon and chicken, like flavored chicken, like barbecue chicken. That's really good. And then fats, there are so many like fats in like ice cream and cheese. If you buy cheese, I would suggest buying reduced fat cheese, honestly, because it tastes, I think it tastes the same, but I'm also not a picky eater. I would like to say that counting macros really allows you to be flexible with what you eat. For example, today I had 6 graham crackers. That right there is about 77 grams of carbs. You know what? I fit it into my macros for the day, so it doesn't matter. It really, like, if you want to have a piece of cake, find out the macros for your piece of cake and factor that in for the day. It's so easy. You can have cookie butter, you can have ice cream, as long as you fit it into your macros. So that's really how you kick cravings. because like people who just cut carbs or like cut out all sweets, like I don't know how you do it because I get cravings. I have a sweet tooth. I, first of all, love to eat. Like I eat so many meals per day. So yeah, just fit it into your macros and you will see the difference. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you learned something new or got some advice or whatever it may be. I really appreciate it. Feel free to contact me though. I would love to talk to you about any questions that you may have, or I don't know. I would just love to be there for you and to discuss this with you. As always, if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up button, that would really mean so much to me. Bye guys.